Okay, so today we're going to be working on 50 ways to name your compounds. We learned about ionic bonding, we've learned about covalent bonding, and how to name the two types, and then how the process works, okay? So if you look at your worksheet, everyone have a half sheet. You should have your half sheet. Okay, you'll see that there's 50 problems. It's a mix of covalent bonds and then a mix of ionic bonds. All right, so at the top of it, it gives you a review. Okay, so if we look at the top one, we have part one. Is it a metal? Is it a non-metal? Okay, that's a big thing. What's ionic bonding?
Metal, non-metal.
Metal and a non-metal, right? What about covalent?
Non-metal, non-metal.
Two non-metals, all right? So the process is up there, but the only thing that's really new in this is that we really haven't gone over is how to name an acid. So remember yesterday on our table we had hydrogen chloride? Yes, hydrogen chloride. That's not the correct name. Okay, hydrogen chloride is technically an acid. Okay, so if we look in the middle, you'll see HCl. Does everyone see that at the top?
Yeah.
In the examples, you see HCl. Gives you hydrogen chloride. Okay. But if you look below, you see hydrochloric acid. Okay, so there's two types of names. One's an aqueous, which is considered the acid. Okay, so we have hydrochloric acid. All right, and then if you get down below, we're working with polyatomics, you have sulfuric acid. Notice how I'm not using the hydro. I'm not saying hydrosulfuric acid. I'm only using the hydro when I'm talking about one element. So HCl versus H2SO4. HCl is not a polyatomic, right? Just the SO4, so I call it sulfuric acid. Okay, so we'll work on the first one together. So we have lead 2 sulfate. Okay. What's my abbreviation for lead?
PB.
PB. Is it a transition metal?
PB.
How do we know it's a transition metal?
It's in the middle.
Well, it's in the middle, but also because it's got the Roman numerals, right? So Elizabeth, what's this Roman numeral? Tell me. What's the charge? What's this Roman numeral? 2, right? So if I have a metal, it's a cation, so what's my charge? 2 plus. Okay, what's my sulfate molecule? Look at your polyatomics. SO4. 2 minus? Okay, what do I do with my charges? We crisscross them, right? So what's going to happen? They cancel each other out, so we have PB, SO4. Is this ionic or is this covalent? Ionic, right? Covalent requires what? 2 nonmetals and then prefixes. So if I don't see di, tri, mono, all right? So go ahead and get started on your 50 compounds. I'm gonna come around, stamp your notebooks, get you caught up for the exam on Monday. But go ahead and get started.